Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of the Bro Vote. I'm your host, Alex Daliwala. A little short staff today, but we got the boys.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Jack in the back.
Yeah, we're missing Michael and JT. They'll be back in the future, but they're out for this episode. Before we get going, the usual housekeeping type deal. Like, comment, subscribe, ask us questions in the comments. Rate 5 stars, do all the things. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate it.
Or just don't, and it's fine.
And then you
Or
suck.
just don't listen to Anthony.
Yeah.
Actually do it.
So we're going to just kind of go through a couple different things we got on the docket for the day. And then we'll hit the usual Idiot of the Week, Behind the Bar segment, and then the podium towards the end. Jack, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, so first up, we got the drones in New Jersey flying over the Northeast. They've been seen in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, and Connecticut. No one knows exactly what they are or what they're doing. New Jersey lawmakers are concerned because the federal government won't tell them what they are and won't let them do anything to either shoot them down or research or figure out what they're actually doing over their state.
Yeah, this whole thing is crazy. It's kind of like taking the internet by storm over the past little bit. And it's just absolutely baffling that people are totally okay with this. Like, shoot the freaking thing down. I mean, that's like my first instinct is just shoot it down. Like,
Don't forget it's the Northeast.
yeah, liberal ass sheep in the Northeast.
Yeah.
These people just do what they're told.
You know what? Have guns.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
I'm stepping on it.
Oh, I'm
I
kicking the
was-
cord. Oh, at least you'll admit it this
We're
time.
only 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
Not even.
I was stepping on the cord. It's all right.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, shoot the freaking thing. See what happens. I mean, why not? Yeah, you might go to jail. Go be the martyr for it. You'll be famous. You're going to be the guy that shot the drone down.
Be a leader, not a follower.
Exactly.
Seriously. No, with this though, it's definitely from the United States. It's someone who's in the United States from another country that's releasing these things. But I don't even know how you'd get them over. But because it's not,
That's the
these
thing.
are not crossing the Atlantic. They're not crossing the Pacific. It's being released in North America somewhere.
It's interesting because the
Could be from all the
drones
Chinese farmland.
Yeah,
Could be.
that's my theory. Is
Yeah.
So they're big and they're interesting because they're making these 4 or 5G turns at low speeds and low altitude. So it's something you can't really do in an airplane as much. But then they're not making it across the Atlantic, and they're certainly not making it across the Pacific all the way across the country to New Jersey, Northeast, where it's coming. China has a bunch of farmland around U.S. military bases. Could it be something like that? I heard someone kind of theorize submarines. They could be launched from submarines, but I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me either. Maybe that's because I'm not in the military. But there's so many different theories of where they came from, what they're doing. Could they just be the U.S. trying to get, people ready to be seeing things overhead for just in case this whole Russia conflict escalates?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's like the whole thing is like nobody has any clue what the hell is going on. Like this colonel in the Marines or ex-colonel in the Marines who now works as a contractor was like, Colonel William Dunn was saying, concern is definitely valid. One thing I believe the government knows the source of the drones, and I believe the source of these drones is from inside the U.S. So it's crazy that it is the U.S. government and they're not telling anybody. Like, that's beyond absurd, and everybody should have a right to know. And if they're not going to tell us, again, like, as an American, you have a right to privacy, and if there's things overhead that are taking pictures and videos of you, shoot the damn thing.
I think it's definitely from the U.S. government.
Nothing
Yeah, I think it's definitely the U.S. government because to have something in any airspace without knowledge is like it doesn't exist in the United States. We know ever since 9/11, they know every single plane basically that's in the airspace. They know anything that's flying around. There's drone zones all the time too, and they can and keep track of all of that. It's very unlikely that something the size of a vehicle, and that's what this colonel was talking about. So I think, yeah, the United States is definitely has these drones out in the air, the airspace, because what you have to go through to be able to get a plane undetected into the United States is crazy. And then once you're in the United States, you get picked up pretty much immediately. So with that being said, I feel like if this wasn't a military operation or a government operation, these things would have been shot down, or they would have been all over them. And it makes no sense to me that these are from China, unless, they're being flown up and the United States just doesn't give a crap anymore. But that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the people of Northeast should stand up for themselves, shoot it down, see what happens. They probably won't, because they're a bunch of sheep, and we'll just
What if it's aliens?
go get their 8th booster shot and live life under surveillance, Big Brother style. I don't know. But could it be aliens?
Dude, it could be. Is there life out there? Who knows?
y'all
I think
see that-
Elon knows, but he can't say anything because he has a multi-billion-dollar company in SpaceX and all the NASA.
I think aliens are totally real.
Oh yeah,
I'm all about
that's what I'm saying. It could be the government. They're like just saying, yeah, get used to seeing weird things fly over. We had the hot air balloon last year, or was that this summer? I don't know. You
No,
know
that
what
was
I'm talking
last year.
about? Last
That
year.
was last year. Yeah.
We said it was China. Was it actually China?
Yeah.
Who knows? There's plenty of people that say they've seen weird things.
Jack, I remember you talking about before this about that these are being flown at night. Do you want to dive into that a little bit?
They were seen at night, which kind of puts to bed all the theories that they're taking pictures of things. Because there's some guy that owns a drone company that makes all these drones for military and recreational use. He was saying if you have these drones and you have cameras on them, you have to use them that day because the cameras you put on those drones aren't going to be able to pick up clear images and good images of whatever they're looking for at night. So
Unless it's like infrared or something.
that's
like
what
that.
I was going to say next. Is infrared would be the only type of thing they would be using, and at that point, what are they looking for?
Weren't you saying that there was something about like a bomb?
Yeah,
They were looking for a bomb?
See, the people were also saying they were looking for lost nuclear warheads, which we've lost 6.
That's
throughout
retarded.
history.
That is actually retarded.
Crazy.
How do you lose 6 nuclear warheads?
And
How actually dumb are you?
Yeah, I don't know how that's
Like,
possible.
keep track of the things that are going to blow up the world. It's not that difficult. Don't lose it. How the hell?
Apparently, one was just lost in Ukraine.
Screw you,
Very
Ukraine,
scary
dude.
kind
Screw
of
Ukraine.
situation.
It just reminds me of I can't remember. I think it was Cold War, the Black Ops Cold War, the campaign where they had the nuclear warhead in like the shipping container, and then you go in and they're like, "Why is this here?" Like,
Video games are real life. We're just repeating history. But
Who's talking about it? It was, I think it might have been Rogan was talking about
Rogan
it.
was talking about on his podcast.
He was saying that basically, what if we're like in theory, what if we're basically like an alien experiment?
Dude, this like it's so mind blowing to me because
Did you hear this whole thing?
Yeah, I know. Because he talks about it often.
Yeah.
I've never kind of really thought about aliens being something real, but every time I listen to this podcast and I listen to like the Bob Lazar episode and his episode he just had, but it's like, what if, dude? Like, what if?
So his
we have
theory
all
for
these
people,
or these other aliens watching us, and they're like, oh, these people are about to blow themselves up, blow this planet up. Let's go, like, get involved, go undercover, and kind of stop everything from happening.
Yeah, like his theory is that we're like an alien production going on down here, and they kind of come down every time we're about to just absolutely screw up the Earth and try to like work their magic and save it. Like, he said that some of the biggest UFO sightings were around the same time that the nuclear bombs were created, And now that we have enough nuclear power to blow up the world like 20 times, there's going to be more and more UFO sightings because the aliens are going to try to tangle their
Take
web.
over, or just stop everything from happening.
Yeah,
Stop us
which is
from-
insane.
yeah.
I don't think that's true, but
It's
that
such
would
an
be
interesting
insane.
theory, and
Yeah.
one thing I've learned from TV is Ted Lasso said, don't be or be curious, don't ridicule people, because if you're curious and you ask the right questions, you learn something, and it's
Ted Lasso's the GOAT.
I don't particularly think there's lizard people walking among us
Yeah.
per se, but there's a very strong possibility that there's something else out there.
What's scary is if they get to us before we get to them, kind of deal. Like, if we're just like completely separate and we have nothing to do with them and they have nothing to do with us, in theory, if they get to us before we get to them, that's like we're cooked.
All right, different theory on that. So what if there's not aliens, but it's interdimensional? We have it's
so
like the
that's a new
Stranger
thing.
Things almost type of thing.
So that's a
what
new
if there's
thing.
different dimensions of like different timelines of human beings, and they're like, don't do the same mistake because otherwise you're gonna end the world, and then you go into like this state where we're at.
That's the current race the world is in. It's really us, China, and Russia building the best and biggest artificial intelligence system. So they're supposedly about the size of this room, and
Like a
it'll be
computer?
able, and it will work through different dimensions and alternate realities.
But is that
And
even? Is that stuff even real?
that's like it's being kind of nicknamed the God computer.
Like, I have a hard time believing that even like time travel is gonna. Be
Yeah,
a
I mean,
real
we
thing.
don't live in a Marvel universe, so it's hard to say that's real, but everyone seems to think that with a computer with that kind of power,
But that's like so much like.
it's
I
so much
guess
speculation.
It's like so much, like God. Like you're
Right.
becoming like God. Like
Playing
it's
God
actually
all the
crazy.
time.
But I guess if you ask somebody in like the 1500s if they thought that you could
Call someone
send
from-
money across to somebody across the world, they would have been like, "What the heck? Like that's insane." So
And just try to explain to someone you're sending it through your phone to space to their phone.
yeah, it's
Like-
absurd.
It just
So maybe, I mean, it'll happen at some point. I don't know. I think it's dumb. Long story short, at this point, I don't think these drones are aliens. I think that the U.S. government knows what's going on. And I think the people of New Jersey and Pennsylvania are too gay to do anything about it. That's my take.
I don't disagree. I think that they just
Too gay to fill up their own gas, too.
can't fill up their own gas. Can't own more than like a shotgun in their house
Yeah.
because it's too.
Jeez.
They
They
have
probably all have
pepper
their
spray
their
taser
booster
combo.
shot. Yeah, I think New Jersey is just stupid and
New Jersey,
dumb
Oregon
and
can't
New
pump
York.
their own
Yeah,
gas.
all of
Too
them.
liberal places.
yeah. Sheep. Get out of our SEC schools. I don't know. I didn't go to SEC school personally, but I know that's how Jack feels about the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought about it too.
I had friends
for
that
my
went
two,
to-
Yeah,
my
yeah.
2.5 years
Yeah.
at SEC
Yeah.
school.
I mean, I spent 4.5. I got plenty of friends from the Northeast, that whole area, and they all came down because they said, "Yeah, I want to move down here and live by the lake." Sorry, Matt, I'm calling you out. But now you go back to New Jersey and living your life there. It's make the point, follow through.
Yeah.
I've got nothing else to say. Do you guys want to move
Yeah,
to?
yeah.
You want to move to the next topic?
Fartcoin,
Yeah.
just another crypto, was worth over $800 million, but it's dropped 12.5% in the past 24 hours.
The thing is crazy. Like I don't know how. I mean, I know how crypto works, but it's crazy how these stupid coins can just make so much money, and they're just long term not feasible in the slightest.
Well, it's just a meme coin where it's just a pump and dump scheme.
Right.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are all coins that actually make sense with holding capital and with how they work, because you can exchange money, like sending it across the world,
Well,
and
that's how
stuff
all
like
crypto works. All crypto is on like a blockchain.
Well, it is.
So that's
but,
the way that it works, but it's just another form of it.
But using it as like currency. What I'm saying is, I could buy Bitcoin. The goal with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then XRP is like a transfer coin for them to send money. Is that you can be able to go to another country, have a certain amount of Bitcoin or a certain amount of Ethereum,
Right, you can
and then
just
be able to
use
go
it
buy
as
things
money.
as
Yeah.
currency. So
Yeah.
you don't have to exchange currency because it stays the same rate across the world.
Well, no,
Where-
it's the same thing with this stuff too.
it is, but these coins will never be able to do that.
Right,
There's
right.
There's nothing that's backing them and holding them. There's no. It's kind of like with like our currency, how it used to be on a gold standard.
Yeah, like it does have value, but no one is gonna take something in exchange for Farcoin.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
No.
You're telling me I can't go down to the Walmart and say, "Can I get this TV? I got some fart coin to spend. It's
Yeah,
burning
I
a
mean-
hole in my pocket."
Did you guys ever? Did you guys ever do like the Pi cryptocurrency?
Yes,
that
dude,
you
I
could
have
mine
so
from
much
your phone.
Pi.
Yeah, like
I have so
a-
much
a
Pi.
stupid
I'm
amount.
still
Wait,
farming Pi.
pull up what the Pi like valuation is right now. Oh, you're opening a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, I wanted to zoom the.
That's my
CEO
crypto
Pi.
Zoom meeting right there, by the way. Jack's
Pi
just trying-
coin price? Yeah, let's see what that thing is.
No, it just.
Wait,
I think the
No
meme coins,
way.
like, get 'em-
No way! I have
Wait,
so
wait.
much money right
Wait.
now. Wait, this
you're
is-
actually lying.
It went live.
And it's at $51.
You're telling me I have about $200,000.
No, this is not real.
No way this is real.
There's no way this is real.
Mom, I might have
Wait.
just made it.
Jack, throw me my phone. I have to check and see.
When
I
did it go
haven't-
live?
I haven't had it in a like.
Yeah,
I don't
I
even
haven't
know
had
if the
mine.
app is still like downloaded on my phone, but
It
I
is.
now need to look at this.
Jack, when did it
There's
go live?
negative chance
There's no way it signed me out.
that this is real.
Oh, wait.
So if it is live, what I would recommend, if you just went live a couple days ago, then I would definitely sell whatever you guys have because it's gonna drop.
No,
Yeah.
This definitely probably went live a long time ago.
That's
Yeah,
what it
I'm
seems
guessing
like
it
to be
went live a long
$51
time
is
ago.
insane.
No way it's going to restart my. Oh, no, I have 214 Pi.
214 times 51. Do the math. Isn't that
It's
like
over
10 grand?
10,000.
That's
Yeah.
10 grand or over 10 grand. Yeah.
There's no way I have
All right,
almost
Jack, sell it all right
$11,000.
now. You're investing into the pod.
Dude, I have 357.
You have almost 20K.
There's no way this is real. There's no chance. Okay. If somebody who knows what they're talking about
If
can
somebody
like
that knows Pi can
tell us
comment,
if I just like hit a gold mine or not, I don't know.
you might have just watched us become rich.
Like
Not really.
relatively compared to what we've got going
Compared
on
to my
right
current
now.
bank account?
Yeah.
Alex is gonna go buy like 6 more PS5s.
No, dude, that's insane if it's real. Oh, are we changing the camera?
Yes.
All right.
You know, you're going to see a picture of Donald Trump right now as we
Yeah.
expand on our Pi.
Donald
net
Trump
worths.
holding a Bitcoin. That's what
Yeah,
this
I'll
image is
find
gonna
a
be.
No, he's gonna have a pie logo.
I might have just revived the pod or brought the pod to new levels.
This is insane. This might be. Wait, did it catch us? Like, did the camera catch us talking about that?
Yeah.
Like, that. This could be insane. I don't know.
Yeah, comment if you think we're just kind of retarded or.
Yeah, I mean, is this real, chat? I don't know. Whatever, we're gonna figure that out later. If it's real, let's freaking go because it's at $51. That's insane. Wow, I'm kind of on cloud nine right now. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man. Anyway, Jack, you want to?
Oh, it's going to launch as soon as possible in Q1 2025 while reducing the get.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe don't understand what I'm reading. That's the update they just
We can
put
look.
out.
We can look into it
Yeah.
later.
Well, hey,
We'll put a.
next week's
next
pod,
week's pod?
100% we're gonna talk
Yeah,
about pie.
We'll dive back into Pi.
Yeah. All right.
Jump right into Pi.
Yeah.
As Anthony would
Yeah.
say.
All right. Let's see what else we got going on, Jack.
There was a hockey player in England who is crowdfunding for legal fees following the death of opponent. So hockey player Matthew Petgrave is crowdfunding for legal fees following the death of fellow athlete Adam Johnson. Johnson, who played for the Nottingham Panthers in England, died last October after sustaining a cut to the neck in a collision with another player during a game against the Sheffield Steelers. Sheffield's coroner report published in November last year found that the 29-year-old sustained incised wound to the neck caused by the skate of another player and later died in the hospital as a result of the injury.
Dang, that's like okay. So I've seen the video.
That's what I was going to explain the video to people real quick if they haven't seen it of what went on here.
So in the video, I don't know if we're gonna be able to show the video or not. I don't know.
Definitely not. It won't be
copyright or whatever is on that. There might be just like Twitter, like phone footage that we can put up.
It's also just the gruesome.
Yeah. I don't know. But so Petgrave and Johnson, or Petgrave is skating along in the middle of the open ice, and Johnson comes by, and Petgrave allegedly loses his balance, and his skate ends up like neck high and slices Johnson in the jugular. Personally, it does not look like an accident.
How are you going to lose your balance as a professional hockey player?
I mean, you can lose your balance, but your leg doesn't end up.
He wasn't like he was on a breakaway type.
No, it's
straight to goal, fast play kind of thing.
They weren't even involved in any play.
No, they were. The puck was there.
Was the puck there?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember that. But so I'm wrong in that. It's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it definitely is really suspect for Petgrave here on getting his leg up that high to hit a dude in the jugular.
Especially with the amount of like the weight of equipment that you have on your leg playing hockey, like the skate itself is heavy.
Dude became
enough.
A ballerina.
Yeah, his leg was like up here. I mean, he slashed a dude in the jugular.
So this is.
I think you're a scumbag if you do this. Personally, like you, like who's gonna crowdfund for your legal fees? Like who's gonna donate? And so I guess the way that it works is like it's different. The legal system is different in England, and so I'm not 100% sure about like the whole legality of the whole thing. But I think the public defense is like a little bit different than it is in the U.S.
Yeah, where you wanted a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So he's like trying to get a lawyer and crowdfunding for it. But yeah, I mean, why would you? I don't think he meant to kill him for sure. But why would you risk putting your skate anywhere near somebody's like neck?
Like if you're pissed at the dude, just get thrown out of the game by whacking him with,
or just fight. Like you're allowed to fight.
Go
fight. Go throw hands. It's hockey.
It's mainly in the NHL that you're allowed to do that. Like in the minors, like
no, the minors dudes make their living off of fighting.
I know in
this is England.
Like,
I guess I don't know about England.
States.
Yeah.
I know just like in general in international like Olympic type World Cup type games, you're not allowed to fight.
It's only an American thing.
Like in international play, there's no fighting.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know how the rules are.
I guess I've never seen people fight in the Olympics before.
Yeah. I don't know how the rules are.
The Miracle on Ice would not have been the same, dude. We had just been throwing hands with the Russians the entire time.
That would have been crazy.
Get the puck out of Iraq.
No, that is like the most goated like poster in the back of that scene.
Top 5 all-time movie.
For me, it's up there. It's top 3. I love that movie. I watch it probably like once a month.
Like I had the DVD in my mom's car, so that was what I watched on road trips.
Like every time.
Yep, that and Rush Hour 2.
Dude.
So I think something that needs to be said. This is not the first time that someone's been hit in the jugular with a skate. Like it happened
in MSG right after I think Vietnam or Korea, and
no. The guy was like a Korean vet, but it was later. It was in like the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
It was in the 90s.
But that's when the NHL, I think.
Either way, there was some guy on a breakaway. He slipped and his skate slashed the goalie's neck. Same kind of thing. and that goalie would have died if it wasn't for that
medic
who served, and he knew exactly what to do because he ran over there and pinched the artery, stopped the bleeding, and saved that guy's life. So
I think this is the video of this incident is like super tragic because you watch Adam get up off the ice and start skating over to his bench because he knows he's cut, and then he just collapses. But before that, right? So Matthew Petgrave, like it makes no sense. Like why is your leg getting that high up? Even if it is an accident, it just seems so suspect to me, at least. Like I totally understand running into like the goalie, right? If you're on a breakaway and you're trying to get a shot in.
Well, yeah,
I can
every
see
time
that incident making sense.
Yeah, like people have been cut before, but it's been like because they've ended up low to the ground, like around the skates.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody get cut because a skate goes that high in the air.
Yeah.
So I think, again, I think he's justified in being charged. There's precedent with legal cases coming from hockey. People have been charged with like aggravated assault with a weapon by like hitting people with a stick in the face, like outside of the rules of the game. So him being charged, I think, makes sense to me, because it's something that is abnormal to the game.
I think we'll find out in probably the next 2-3 years when Netflix makes their Untold documentary.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's definitely
going to
going
be
to end up being a 30 for 30.
30.
Yeah. I'm damn sure not doting to this guy. I think he's a scumbag. I think
if you're at that level,
put a guy in danger.
Yeah.
You exactly. Like if you're playing professional hockey on some kind of level, you should have the wherewithal and the body control to not do this.
It's different. It's not really different, but it's still somewhat different if you're playing beer league with your fellows at your local ice rink every Sunday. But if you're getting paid by, even if it's $75 to play hockey, you've got to be better than to know you just can't lose your balance mysteriously and skate go 6 feet in the air.
Right, exactly. All right, we're going to hit this ad read real quick, and then we'll be right back. Yeah. The Bro Road is proud to be sponsored by Georgia Lawn Growers. Do you want the greenest weed-free Georgia lawn? Servicing the North Atlanta suburbs for over 20 years, Georgia Lawn Growers has highly trained lawn techs that know how to give you a lawn that will make your neighbors jealous. Call Georgia Lawn Growers today or go to georgialawngrowers.com. Mention the Bro Vote to get 20% off your first service. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Shout out Georgia Lawn Growers. Yeah, presenting sponsor. Now we're going to get into our Idiot of the Week segment. Our Idiot of the Week this week is the WNBA. Outside of Caitlin Clark, you suck.
It's also Caitlin Clark.
I mean, a little bit, but I don't blame her. Anyway, Jack, hit us with the news.
Sheila Johnson, co-owner of the WNBA's Washington Mystics, criticized the whole of Time Magazine on Friday after saying the whole of the WNBA should have been on the cover for Person of the Year or Athlete of the Year instead of just Caitlin Clark. She is America's first black woman billionaire and co-founder of BET, and she suggested the WNBA or should have been covered on Time as a League of the Year due to all the talent instead of just Caitlin Clark. Clark then went on to say, "I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of those players in the league have been really good and have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them." And she just kind of was a sheep. But
yeah, so, I mean...
Well,
I think Nike's forcing her to say that.
I think
it completely destroys Athlete of the Year by putting the entire WNBA on it. Like, what does that mean? Some girl that got one rebound and hit one layup.
She's part of the Athlete of the Year.
Yeah, no.
It's dumb. Listen, WNBA, you guys should be on your hands and knees thanking Jesus that Caitlin Clark is alive and plays basketball. She is the saving grace to WNBA. WNBA sucks. They bring in no revenue. They actually make negative revenue. Like, they're subsidized by the NBA. If they want to get paid the same percentage as their NBA counterparts, they have to give like $60,000 a year. They would have to pay. So you want equal rights? Like, you want all this DEI bullcrap? Like, go have it. But for right now, you should be thanking Caitlin Clark, thanking God for Caitlin Clark, and just shutting your mouth and playing basketball. All you people suck.
Caitlin Clark is filling seats. It's not anyone else in the WNBA. Let's just be honest.
There was no stadium for the WNBA had ever sold out until Caitlin Clark came around.
There was like, Angel Reese, she pisses me the hell off, dude. She sucks.
She's really, really good at missing 8 layups and getting all the rebounds and then finally making
Right.
Right, dude. I mean, I would do the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
Lie.
Hey, stat
But
pack.
she's like, it's not due to just one person. Like, the WNBA is great because of me too.
I'm
Just shut
pregnant.
up, lady. You suck. Also,
Angel Reese is. I was a pregnant single mother, and I still made it here.
she was. She's pregnant. I don't think
She
so.
I
was.
don't think Angela
I don't
She
think
had a didn't she? She was pregnant
She
in
a
like
baby mama?
college.
No, she's like freshman.
she
in-
was.
She's a rookie
No, not this year. I'm talking about like
in college at
or
LSU.
in high school.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm
mean,
pretty.
that's crazy.
I might be completely talking out of my
Yeah.
ass. I'm pretty sure that she had a kid like early in her career, like out
There's
of high
just
school.
off-season rumors about her being pregnant, and that's the only thing I can see.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe
Anyway.
I'm wrong. Okay.
Regardless,
discount what I said.
Regardless,
Oh, yeah, she was not pregnant.
No.
She put those rumors to rest.
Okay.
I am not pregnant. That was never a thing.
okay. Anyway,
Maybe
I
she
mean,
was, and then
she was like talking about how like she's part of the solution to the WNBA. She plays for the Chicago Sky. Their attendance never breached 10,000 except for one game. You want to know what game that was? When they played the Indiana Fever.
And Caitlin Clark.
You know who plays on the Indiana Fever? Caitlin Clark. Little girls look up to Caitlin Clark because she's not a 6'5" like black chick. A spade is spade. She's a smaller white girl, like the majority of younger girls in America, who's got unreal curry range. Like, she just can shoot the hell out of the ball. And she makes basketball exciting. Nobody wanted to watch Iowa women's basketball, but I watched it. Like,
Because of Caitlin Clark.
right. Like, I watched her entire run in the NCAA tournament. I don't know. I mean, I think it's
No one
crazy
watched-
that they're just going to vilify her.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like I think what you're going off of this, Alex, is that we're fine with watching women's basketball. Like, it's not anything against women. It's the fact that it's exciting because Caitlin Clark's involved in it now. It was not exciting before Caitlin Clark.
Right. Yeah.
Caitlin, at the end of the day, it's a product that they're putting out, and Caitlin Clark.
The product
is
is
a
shit
product everyone
without
wants to
her.
see. And like, look, the NBA itself has no one exciting really. It's just 72 3-pointers a game, and it's boring to watch. It's not against the players. They've just figured it out. Like, if you look at shot charts today compared to where they were in the early 2000s, there's 0 mid-range shots taken now. It's all behind the arc or right in the paint. They're all just taking high percentage shots, and it's working for them, and they're winning games because of it. But it's a worse product. It's not. They're not seeing the ball movement, basketball IQ that you used to have, like the old Larry Bird Celtics, where they would pass the ball 6 times before they shot, and now it's all right. Let's find Anthony Edwards and let him go dunk. Or
Yeah, I
let's
mean,
go find LeBron and just get him in the paint.
The state of basketball in general, professional basketball, is like piss poor right now. There's actually like no good product out there. The NBA Cup happened. I couldn't tell you who was in the finals. Couldn't tell you anything about it, actually. Didn't watch it. Was
All I know is
Bucks.
the Bucks. Bucks beat the Thunder.
The Thunder?
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Nobody. Why are you having a tournament in the middle of the year?
They're
Stupid.
trying to be more like.
Do they get like a pay incentive for winning?
Yeah, so I think they all got $500,000, something like that.
Oh,
I don't know.
damn.
There was a big,
Okay.
because last year I think it was like $100,000 and nobody really cared. But then I know like on Starting Five, the Netflix documentary, they were all saying like, yeah, I want that money. Just give me a bag and I'll go out there and play. But I think one of my solutions for saving the NBA is they're already trying to be more like European sports by putting a season in the middle of the tournament. Why not? They have the G League with
You mean a
great
tournament
players.
in the middle of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have already the G League, which is full of talented players. Why don't they do like a promotion and relegation thing? I think it'd be just exciting to see an American sport do that. And then those guys at the bottom of the table, like they're not tanking for,
Yeah.
the flag or whatnot.
Let's just first of all, the sport that is running the United States right now college football.
And it's boring now.
But it's getting the most views per game over any other sport. The MLB is collapsing. The NBA is collapsing.
No, didn't the World
NFL
Series this year have the most viewership since
that's why
2010 or
Well,
something?
it is,
ranked
but I'm
for
just
the
talking about like
Dodgers and
regular
the Yankees.
season. Regular season,
Yeah.
the college football destroys any sport
Yeah.
in the United States.
Yeah.
Regular
the
season
reason
wise.
that MLB, the World Series, had that many because it was Dodgers Yankees, two largest fan bases
Right,
in the world.
right. I don't know. I think basketball. I do think a part of basketball losing a lot of viewership is their whole DEI initiatives, both in the WNBA and the NBA. Like they were the
It's also
forefront.
impossible to watch games.
Yeah, they were at the forefront of all the 2020 bullshit that went down.
I stopped watching the NBA completely because
Yeah, it was just. I don't think
I don't want to watch a bunch of guys. Kneel
there's a
before
couple
the
different
game.
things with the NBA that have kind of contributed to the fall off of professional basketball. I think the product is just getting worse. Like there's not a big. I think that's one thing. Like the draft last year had no good players in it. There's no real face of the league. LeBron's old and can't play like he used to, and there's nobody that's really stepping up. I think the European guys don't want to be a face of the league. They want to just play basketball. And
Wemby has said, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he said that he doesn't want that attention. He just wants to ball.
yeah, like Jokic, Doncic, Wemby,
Jokic doesn't
like
want it.
they all just
Doncic
want to like
doesn't
play
want it.
basketball and then go live their lives
Doncic
quietly.
wants to go play basketball, go home and play Overwatch.
Yeah, literally. But
What is he like? Top like 1,000 people.
Top 100.
that's
Top
insane.
500, That's insane.
Yeah.
But then I think the other thing was all like the Black Lives Matter stuff. I think it turned a lot of people off when you saw them not playing the national anthem or all like every player kneeling.
Shout out Jonathan Isaac.
Shout out Jonathan Isaac.
Come on the pod.
Dude, you're a legend. We love it. Yeah. And it's crazy that he had to take that stand, no pun intended, of literally standing up to and have it be such a big deal. I think that the NBA and the WNBA have pushed these anti-white narratives so far that people are just done and fed up with it. And for all the people that are vilifying Caitlin Clark, like you're just stupid for doing that. For all the people who want to push all these DEI, Black Lives Matter initiatives in the NBA, you're dumb. You're not. It's not helping you. So just, I hate like the whole like shut up and dribble thing. It might be a little too far, but it's kind of like along the lines like as
You're an athlete, not a politician.
yeah, as a league, just project the sport. Don't get into all of this other bullshit that's going on. I think it's like absolutely dumb that you're going to put yourself in a box, which then alienates you from half of your potential fan base.
No, I totally agree. As I said, you're an athlete, not a politician. Like LeBron, get out of politics. It's the same thing with Hollywood. People listen to all these people that have no understanding of the real world.
Shout out Colby Covington.
Also,
Put
a
LeBron
legend.
in the same cell as Diddy.
Yeah, but like,
Dude, the UFC is like the only true sport now.
No, because Dana is just like, go out.
Dana says you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can support Trump. You can support Kamala. You can support whoever the hell you want. I'm not going to keep these fighters like controlled, their mouths controlled, which I totally respect. And then you get some pretty funny moments in the ring after.
but can you keep them controlled, dude? Who's
They're
gonna go
animals.
and they're animals? Who's
My
gonna go
balls
and
was
like tell
hot.
something that their views wrong?
My balls
My
was
balls
hot.
I love that. What's his name? Derek Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude. He always got funny clips. But yeah, WNBA, you guys suck. I don't know what else to say. Like, just
Except that Caitlin Clark is saving your league.
yeah.
Just it's time you've pushed back enough, and everyone's clowned you ever since. It's time you just accept the fact that she is your saving grace, and you need to embrace her rather than try to tear her down.
They actually get to fly in planes.
You know what we could do? You know what we should do?
What should we do?
Identify as women and try for the WNBA.
Honestly, dude, I might actually have a shot at
Hey,
going
I can
pro
hoop.
now.
Yeah. Hey. Filet.
Dude, first transgender in the WNBA.
Come on, like
Why not?
Why not? They're all for
put me in
the
the
whole
paint right there. Put me in the paint with Angel
LGBTQIAXYZ
Reese right now,
Yeah.
dude. I'm rebounding over her. All right, like
I don't.
I'm taking Angela Reese on that.
No, she doesn't know about these elbows in the paint.
I know
I throw
you'd
them
be the
elbows.
second transgender because of Brittany Griner.
Oh, true. Yeah.
She's a whole ass dude,
She's
bro.
the lowest, dude. Dude, Brittany Griner does not want these elbows, dude. Straight to the neck, dude. I'm ruthless.
Yeah, she. Again, it's just like another example of the WNBA just being a freak show, and people don't like just want to. People just want to laugh at it at this point. They don't want to watch it to watch it. I don't know. Anyway, speaking of Time magazine, the Time Person of the Year was Daddy Donald.
Daddy Donald. So I'll introduce this little topic. So obviously, Time Person of the Year is Donald Trump. He was during the interview. He was asked, "How do you feel about this like comeback?" And his response was, "I've always been here." Pretty ruthless, honestly. Like
Legendary quote.
Don't call it a comeback. We never left.
Exactly.
Who said that first?
Me?
No, there's definitely somebody.
I don't know. I've been saying that for a long time. I
Yeah.
picked it up off somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
So,
picked
a lot
it
of
up in high school at some point.
So Trump also won Time Person of the Year in 2016 with his first presidential win, which kind of just is a little sus on Time. Like every
Time is
Person of the
spineless.
year in
Like,
2020
they're
was
spineless,
Joe Biden and Kamala.
yeah.
So they're just going off the whoever wins the election. I mean, it's good for them because whoever wins, they obviously have majority of the people.
Yeah.
So they're gonna sell more copies by putting whoever's more popular.
yeah.
I think they have no
Business
spine.
decision.
They're just
they're
like
just
wasn't Zelensky like Time Person of the Year
Last
like
year, I
last
think,
year
or
or something like that?
something,
Yeah. Like they just pander. I don't know. Time. Make up your mind. Be one way or the other. Don't be this flippy floppy.
Well, they're trying to be just in the middle. Come on, Alex.
No, they're
No,
just
they're
spineless.
not trying to be in the middle. 'Cause
No,
they
I
go
know
for
they're
whoever's
spineless.
popular.
They're just
Yeah.
doing exactly. They're just trying to sell magazines. They're trying to get people to make the money. But let's talk about this. So Trump responds, obviously. So he's won in 2016. He wins 2020, or not in 2020. He wins now in 2024. So he's saying that I've always been here, which that brings up to this whole talk of like what I was thinking about is like, why would he respond with that? I think his response is like, yeah, I've always been here.
Well, I think he's
like,
kind of being a savage.
he's being a savage, I think,
yeah.
through it. But I thought it was to look a little deeper. I was like, is his response just because so many people were upset with the election in 2020, whether or not it was potentially corrupt, opinionated corrupt,
Our
or
opinion
was
that 20 million votes came out of nowhere.
or was it that
That's exactly what happened for Travis Hunter too.
Shut up. We'll get to that.
yeah, or was it that he was just referring to maybe the fact that people were just so frustrated very quickly on with the Biden administration and that they regretted the decision that was made.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's kind of pissed at the whole Biden administration at this point. I think that Americans have realized that the Democratic way of thinking just isn't common sense. From a purely human logistical standpoint, the left is stupid and illogical.
Well, there's a whole saying with that is that when you're young, you vote liberal because you have a heart. And then you vote Republican or right-winged when you're older because you have common sense.
But I think that flipped because they got so far away from the common sense that even the young people decided to vote against them.
Hence the bro vote.
Right. Yeah. I think young people saw the clownery that was going on the left and decided that this is not what I want to stand for. And
Talking about clownery, Disney and Pixar.
oh my gosh, yeah. Jack, you want to hit us with this little story here?
Yeah, so Disney and Pixar cut a trans storyline from their upcoming series, said parents would rather discuss the issue on their own terms. So only a few years ago, Disney was fighting back against the Parental Rights and Educational Bill, also referred to as the Don't Say Gay Bill. Now, after years...
That was just in Florida, FYI.
Yeah.
Well, where Disney is.
And we'll come back.
Little technical difficulty, we're back.
Yeah.
So Disney... Jack, scroll down for me real quick so I can read this.
Oh, Jack's reading it.
Or,
He's
okay,
in the
Jack
middle of
read
reading
it.
it.
That's
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, so now after years of parent complaints about the sexualized themed content, Disney has started to take the hint. The mega studio has decided to cut a trans storyline from Pixar's Win or Lose series, saying that perhaps parents would prefer discussing these matters with their children on their own terms. Win or Lose is a long-form series from Pixar that the first animation studio has made. It was meant to showcase the trans story. Jeez. The technology heard us talking about aliens, and now they don't want to just shut us down.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, go back to the sheet.
Transgenders.
The transgenders are trying to shut us down.
Disney trannies are trying to get us.
I think this is like a pretty sick thing. I think people are starting to realize that there's an over-sexualization of children's media. I think of media in general. And there's things that just shouldn't be in kids' TV shows. Like, why do you want bozo the they them on your kids' TV shows? Like, it's dumb. Why do you want Adam turns into Abby on your kids' TV shows? Like, it's beyond stupid that it was ever there in the first place. Disney has made actually they've had like a lot of stuff lately with like gay and trans and over sexualization of stuff in general.
I mean, Disney's always been known to have subliminal messaging like in their movies for a long time, but putting it bluntly out there, either form is just, I think, totally wrong, because you're supposed to be there as entertainment for young children that you form good memories on, and then sure, sell it so that you can make more money when every parent has to take their kid to Disney World because they love Mickey Mouse. But you're making tons of money on there. Why are you bringing all this political nonsense into it? Why are you trying to change our kids' minds at such a young age and taking the parents out of it?
It's indoctrination.
Yes, exactly. It's indoctrination. Stop
Yeah.
indoctrinating our youth.
Yeah.
Let, as they even said, I think it's like the parents want to make their decisions on their own terms. That's how it should be from day one. Why were you getting involved in it in the first place?
Well, I think it brings up like a larger point of who is teaching children. Like, the primary teaching unit for a child should be the home and their parents.
Yes.
And because of the way the world works, parents work, then it ends up becoming the school and the media.
Well, we've been indoctrinating our entire country for so long with taking the parents out of actually parenting their children. We've been saying that, you know what, it's women have the ability. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying that it's been forced, I think, upon women to make them feel like they have to go to work. That it's not, you can't stay at home and raise your children like it was done forever up until the past 100 years.
Right.
You've seen so much has changed in not only in this country but in the entire world, and removing the parents from actually raising your children. Because why, I understand not everyone has the ability to have a parent stay home and raise the kids, another parent to go to work. But at the same time, if you stop keeping up with the Joneses and don't let some random people raise your kids in daycare. That's my belief on it. And that goes into this whole Disney thing. Is like, you're putting your child, maybe you just want a few minutes to just be able to like take some rest, and so you put your kid in front of a Disney movie, and all of a sudden now Disney's indoctrinating them as well.
Right, like there's no trust in media anymore. And it's actually, what I think is kind of cool is what Dude Perfect is doing.
Dude Perfect is sick.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I love Dude Perfect. I low-key like still watch their videos every time they come out. But they have an app where they like censor all of the media that goes into the app, and like they wanted it to be a place where parents could trust the media that their kids are ingesting. And I think that's phenomenal. Like there's a place where you can say you can go anywhere on this site and your kid is going to be perfectly safe watching and consuming the entertainment. But I think as far as Disney goes, I think they're realizing that there is such a shift back to traditionalism, and they're realizing that parents don't want a hypersexualization a sexual education coming from the entertainment that their kids are watching. They want it to be just children's entertainment. They want it to just be movies, superheroes, cars, like things like that.
A 5-6-year-old
Yeah.
should not know anything about sex.
Right, exactly.
It's like you're way before that age.
They've
of,
even had like other subliminal
understanding.
messaging, like the Red Panda movie. It's basically about the girl just like getting her period because she turns into a red panda.
Sorry,
And
what?
yeah,
The
it's
only red panda I know was the one that flips bulls.
no, I'm serious. They came out with this movie, and it's basically this girl when she's like 11 or 12, like one day just turns into a red panda and doesn't know how to like exist and things like that, and ends up like embracing her identity or something. But the whole subliminal messaging is like getting your period for the first time. Like, why does that have to be like a kids movie? Like, it's so dumb. I don't know.
It's just completely removing parents again from teaching their kids and like,
exactly
all that,
Yeah.
and going through those hard conversations, because that's something that you have to do as a parent. You have to talk about these things. You can't expect your kids to learn all about this in school or through the media. That's not how it should be done, because you need to be able to, explain to them and give them the right insight, instead of leaving them with all these questions and then they go and look up on the internet and get so many different opinions and views.
Yeah, and then
But
it's just
it's just a messed up culture completely. It's breaking apart the family. That's the way I see it.
yeah.
All right. I
Yeah,
think
moving on.
we should go
Behind the bar.
Behind the bar.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back. Anthony actually just had to leave because personal reasons. So now you just get to hang out with me and Jack. But yeah, take us behind the bar, Jack.
Yeah, so in the past week of college football, we had the Heisman. Travis Hunter robbed the Heisman from Ashton Jeanty. I know Alex thinks
I'm a big
but,
Travis Hunter guy. I think he's a freak. He's awesome.
Yeah, but now Alabama has Jalen Mbakwe playing both sides of the ball, so that means he won Heisman next year. Just go ahead and take the futures on that, because apparently if you play both sides, you're automatically Heisman.
I'll take Justin. What's his name? Justin Williams.
Who?
The receiver that's crazy on Alabama.
Ryan Williams?
Ryan Williams.
Yeah, he's already on the Heisman watch list.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be good. Lagway, dog. He'll be good.
Keon Russell.
Yeah.
Coming in, he's going to be just, I don't know, he's supposed to be the savior of Alabama football, but the thing is he's not going to start next year.
Yeah.
He might if Ty Simpson just screws the pooch. But
I'm not a big Ty Simpson guy.
I'm a
he's
huge
that
Ty
great.
Simpson guy. I always have been.
Yeah, I think they did right by giving Travis Hunter the Heisman personally. I mean, the dude plays so many snaps a game, and I'm not going to put a number on it, but he's a top player on both sides of the ball in college football.
Yeah, but he didn't lead in a single stat category other than snaps. And
But to have the endurance to do that is crazy and not get destroyed.
him being able to walk at the end of the season is his biggest accomplishment this year.
Yeah. His girlfriend sucks, though.
His girlfriend's horrible. I've seen, I think Bow Wow, I think that's who it was, gave him a whole like little shout out on TikTok or Twitter or what, and was like, "Hey brother, been there, seen all the money come in, seen all the girls and everything, bro. Snatch that ring back and run."
Yeah, it's like Dion had to get her to stand up when he won the Heisman.
Yeah, she's
and
just not like the one thing.
she would make him.
She put out a whole TikTok video. And was like, yeah. So originally he wasn't my type. Well, he was your type when he started making money.
Right.
So it's like.
And then he would like drive her to parties and then sit in the car outside. Yeah. I mean, good for him. He's married to the game, I guess. But
she was like,
why would you want a girl that does that?
Yeah, recently she was commenting on NBA players like hard eyes and the money tongue out emojis. That's
what?
Me personally, I'm not standing for that.
I also saw something that she had like an OnlyFans like somewhat recently.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's just trying to be a wag.
Yeah, probably.
Chasing that stay at home. I don't
Chasing
have to
that
work,
bag. Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we had some games yesterday.
Yeah, the college football playoff this weekend.
Yeah.
Started off at Indiana, Notre Dame. Indiana showed that
Fraudulent.
their strength of schedule was showing.
Yeah. Everyone kind of knew how that was about to go down.
Yeah, they would have lost.
I think it was a little closer
ACC.
than I thought it was going to be, but
I mean, it ended up that way.
yeah, like the game,
The final
Final
score
score
didn't reflect how the game actually went.
Yeah.
And I think the Clemson game was the same way.
Right.
Clemson, got run out of Texas. What other? Penn State showed SMU.
Penn State dominated
The
SMU,
ACC
which
is now
I
just-
did not think was going to happen.
Dude, I thought, SMU might have a shot here because
Right.
James Franklin can't win big games. But, I mean, I said it earlier in an earlier podcast, playing in Happy Valley, that's a dangerous
It is
place.
different. No, it is very different.
Granted, good teams have gone in there and won. SMU is just not a good team.
Yeah.
The ACC champion was beat by 3 SEC teams.
Their quarterback was so awful.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Jennings.
Yeah, Kevin Jennings.
Yeah.
He was so bad. Like, they would have been better off running the ball every single
Yeah.
play because they would have had 4 interceptions in the first
Right.
half. It was insane. It was terrible. He was seeing ghosts, Sam Darnold style. It was crazy.
And then the night game, Tennessee, Ohio State. Tennessee
Waxed
just looked.
them.
Tennessee just ruined the SEC's reputation.
Yeah, Ohio State. I mean, credit to Ryan Day for absolutely bouncing back.
Yeah,
Because
he needed that one to keep his job.
exactly.
If he lost that game, I think he's looking for somewhere else to go.
Exactly.
Not
yeah,
because he's a
fired.
bad coach, but because he couldn't get the job done with Ohio State.
Yeah,
And
100%.
if they, I mean, I still think if they don't. It's championship or bust for them right now. And that the amount they've paid for that roster and the guys they have on that team, it's championship or bust if he doesn't get this done and he loses, and not only loses but gets blown out by Oregon, loses
Right.
to them twice. Who knows? But I think Oregon might fumble this year, and
I don't
who
think
knows?
so. I don't.
it'll be interesting because
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it now, and Ohio State played at Oregon.
Yeah.
And lost.
Where's that game being played?
I have no clue.
What's the bowl game?
Let me.
Is it Fiesta?
Is it?
Which would be Arizona.
Let's see. It is the Rose Bowl.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because Oregon just released their new cleats, which are, I think, like white Grinches
no way.
type thing
That's pretty sick.
for it, which would be fun.
I mean, their uniforms always go hard, so
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah,
pretty
dude,
sick.
I've always said since I was in middle school, I was like, if I was ever recruited for any type of athlete by any type of sport by Oregon, I'm there. But
Yeah, their uniforms are always insanely cool.
yeah, it's because Nike's there. Nike
Yeah,
just
Phil
pumps everything
Knight.
into them.
Yeah. Well, you see, Phil Knight said to Dan Lanning, like, it doesn't matter dollar amount.
Yeah.
Get players,
Yeah.
which Phil Knight can do that because he's Phil
Yeah.
Knight, which is sick. Yeah, I think personally still think that Texas UGA is how it's going to shake out, but we'll see. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
SMU getting donkeyed was not on my bingo card.
Penn State they're playing with too much confidence now.
Yeah. I don't think Drew Allett's a very good quarterback,
Me either.
personally.
But I hope Boise State runs them.
That would be sick.
Boise State, if they can keep everything going, and Ashton Genty makes some moves,
Yeah.
it would be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be definitely an interesting week of college football coming up. We'll give our predictions on the next round of games in the next episode. But yeah, for now, is that on? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Now me and Jack are just going to hit a little back and forth podium.
Yeah.
We're just going to close it out here. Jack, what are we doing this week?
The best beer spots or
Situational beers?
Situational beers,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why don't you go ahead?
So my bronze, it's gonna be the airport beer.
Mm,
So I know we've talked about this before on the pod.
yeah,
Airport beers hit different.
I do.
Number 2 is the tailgating beer. Especially if it's a night game in Bryant-Denny Stadium, those tailgating beers just taste different. A nice Busch Latte, something
It is nice.
crisp to shotgun. If it gets you feeling right for those, especially November chiller.
Spill about 5% of it down your shirt.
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not the beer you lose, but the beer you feel. So,
I like that. I like that.
and then gold's got to be the next beer
Wow.
because you can't beat the next beer.
Dude.
It could be great.
Jack Tom Brady Frager in the
Yeah.
back.
It could be a great Miller Latte or a Bush Heavy, Bud Heavy, but
Oh, I do not like either one of those. But personally, oh my gosh, what are we doing with this?
I don't know. Our camera batteries just don't want to work today.
Dude. If you made it this far, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to experience this episode of what we like to call a podcast.
Just listen to the audio.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. I like it. That's a good list. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the airport beer. I didn't go to a big college, so I'm not as well versed in the whole tailgating culture. But
I'll show you sometime.
I've made rounds. Like I've done the thing, but I'm not a seasoned veteran warrior. You
haven't done the thing in Tuscaloosa though.
Yeah, I have not. I think we should do that next year.
Have you been to Athens?
Yeah.
So you've gotten kind of dipped your toes, but Athens tailgating kind of sucks.
Yeah, it was just kind of. I mean,
I had this conversation.
I went with people whose parents pulled up in an RV.
Yeah.
And went full out, which was pretty sick, but wasn't
I had this conversation yesterday
all
with
day
some
tailgate
Georgia people, and it's just there's not the big quad everyone hangs out on. Tuscaloosa has the quad. Mississippi
Ole Miss
State,
has the Grove.
Ole Miss has the Grove. Mississippi State has I don't know what they call it, but it's this huge field of tents just right next to the stadium. It's so cool to see.
Yeah.
LSU has their big parking lot where they have the big frat lot.
Right. South Carolina has a frat lot.
It's sick. Georgia just doesn't have that kind of big gathering space, and it's everyone kind of scattered around the city of Athens, which it's not their fault, but it's just the way the campus was made.
Yeah. All right, let me hit this, and then we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
But my bronze is going to be the first Guinness that you have on St. Patrick's Day. I love Guinness, situationally. It's got to be sort of cold, nice Guinness hits, especially on St. Patrick's Day, the first one. It just puts you right in that Irish spirit. Then my silver is going to be a beach beer. Again, kind of stereotypical, but I love the beach beer.
Yeah.
Did the camera go out again?
Yeah, we're just not going to have a video.
Oh, my gosh.
So.
Yeah. The beach beer. And then my gold is going to be the first beer that you have after your last final exam. Especially when you're in college. When you're in college, it just hits when you finish up.
That first bar run after you finish school.
Yeah. There's nothing better. Especially if you're sticking around for graduation week, when you're going to have nothing to do for the next couple of days, and you and all your boys are done with school, and you're just let's go drink.
I'll tell you, one of the best times I had drinking was my senior bar crawl.
Yeah.
We did pub golf for it, so.
I love pub golf.
So we had a good time,
fun.
but I had a friend do it with. He was like, "Can I do it with stouts?" And we're like, dude, if you really want to, you can do it.
If you want to hurt yourself.
And then we made it to the third or fourth bar. He's like, "Why'd y'all make me do this with stouts?" Like, you said you wanted to. We've out here drinking Millers and
that guy's dumb.
White Claw every now and here. But if you want to go drink the darkest beer they have, that's all on you, Chief.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
To me. Yeah.
And especially because we're chugging it because it's the pub golf.
Did you guys play the if you pee, then you add strokes?
Yeah,
and then,
we did. Throwing up, fights, whatever.
Yeah.
Luckily, there was no fights.
If you get girl's phone number or Snapchat, you get minus point. Yeah.
I lost the group halfway through, and
it kind of becomes a shit show after a while.
Because we started late. We had a darty before, and then we started late, and then so people kind of kept joining in late.
Yeah.
And then about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, we were only 6 bars in, and the group, half of us were intoxicated.
Right.
Half of us weren't, and we ended up splitting off into groups, and everyone was lost. And I
Yeah,
found
that's
people that
tough.
I used to know. I was like, "Hey, where's so and so?" They call me like, "Oh, he just left us."
Yeah. Again, just drinking in college is different. Like
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot that beats going out with your college friends,
You know,
well,
and
especially after school's over and you have
Yeah.
no responsibility as far as school goes.
now I'm 24, 25 almost. I can't, be that 21-year-old self that I once was.
The stamina is no longer there.
Stamina is no longer there.
Well, if you made it this far, we appreciate it a lot. I think it's just going to be like my dad listening right now.
Yeah.
But again, we apologize for all the camera stuff. Yeah, Anthony had to dip. Sad. But he had to go
Dad
take care of
duties.
some, personal things. He's a married man and a father, so, duty calls. But yeah, if you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. We appreciate you. We're going to be coming out with a special Christmas episode next week. So be on the lookout for that. And, we'll be seeing you guys. All right. Peace.
Peace.